This is from Abbas Husseini. Good afternoon, sir. I want to share an important update regarding my car's AC system. It was functioning properly before I rewired the engine cooling system back to factory settings. During this process, I installed the Peugeot switch to ensure the fan activates automatically when the AC is turned on. However, I mistakenly opened one of the hoses, resulting in the loss of all refrigerant. After refilling the AC, it operated effectively for 3 days, but then it returned to just blowing regular air. The AC technician suggested potential wiring issues and recommended that I consult my rewiring expert. I want to clarify that I rewired the cooling system correctly, as everything else is working as it should. The thermostat has been reinstalled. The thermostat is operating correctly, and the low speed fan activates at 97. Uh, no, this is not correct. Can be 97 degree Fahrenheit. Well, how do you measure Fahrenheit or something? Anyway, I'll come to that later. When the temperature rises or when the AC is engaged, I believe the root of the problem lies in the low pressure in the AC line, which is likely causing the pressure switch to disconnect power to the compressor. This explains the limited functionality of the AC after those initial 3 days. I appreciate your guidance on this matter. So where I was trying to the 97, it's supposed to be 97 Celsius, not 97 Fahrenheit. How does this? Don't forgetting the word. No, it starts from F. We don't use that in Nigeria, so it's always Celsius that comes to mind. Um, so see, yeah, it's very easy to rule out pressure of gas in AC system. It's very easy. Don't even need to. But I always tell people get somebody AC technician that has a AC pressure gauge, the gas pressure gauge, which is also the right tool to use when you are putting that gas or freon or refrigerant, because it helps you to know when the pressure is enough. I know 407, 406, I think this car, from my understanding, the vehicle that we are talking about is 406, if I'm not mistaken. Probably with EW10J4 engine also. It takes about approximately about 700 psi. Likewise, 407. That's the maximum. Let's just say 670. I think it's about 670 psi. That's why I say approximately. But let's just say 600 and something psi. That's the maximum. So if you use that pressure gauge, gas gauge, when you are putting it, usually will show maybe, I think, about 40 psi or so, or a little bit less. But that's like the average. So if you now check it and it's showing you, use that gauge to check the AC gas pressure gauge. If you use it to check and it's reading less than 40 psi, even less than 40 psi will still trigger the compressor. But let me see. I know I've done this many times, but let me educate those who probably didn't watch my earlier videos on how to note when your Peugeot AC is about to, the gas in your Peugeot AC system is about to leak out completely or dry off, or won't be enough to power the compressor anymore. That is when the AC is running, and you start hearing whistling sound from the vent. the blower vent. It has to be when the AC is running. If it's doing when it's not running, then it's not caused by your low pressure in the system. Power the AC. When you power the AC, you and you start hearing whistling sound from the vent, something like it still be running, it still be cold. The cold air might still be coming out, but you'll be hearing one kind of whistling sound from all those vents where the air will be coming out from. Then switch off the compressor, especially for 406 that has a separate button for the compressor apart from the blower. Switch it off, you hear the noise will stop as soon as the compressor goes off. You start the compressor, it comes up again. Even though with the blower running and air is coming in, you won't hear it with as soon as the compressor is off. You power the compressor, you hear, you know when it comes up. Usually when you power the compressor the first time, the noise will become, the whistling sound will be louder, then later it will settle. Usually a sign or a symptom that the pressure of gas is already low. So if you leave it like that, you get louder. The more the gas leaks out, the louder it gets, until number one, the cooling will reduce. Then you get a point, the compressor will no longer run. So of course, if there is a burst somewhere on the AC line, like pressure hose or pipe or something, of course everything will leak out at once, so the compressor will just go off. So usually, even my own personal cars, once there's a leakage in any of the AC pipe pressure line, or the compressor itself is leaking gas, I always know from that sound. Before even the cooling stops or reduced drastically, I will know, hey, there's a leakage or the gas pressure is low. So I need to, if I'm not ready to go and trace the leak, I will just go and top up. There are some leaks that trust me, I don't even bother trying to go and fix. I know some people will say it's not their data. Just there are leaks that you even regret even trying to fix. Until I will only bother, most especially when it has become that bad. Maybe gas doesn't last a week or only stays for some days. Then it will become a waste to go and top up gas. Because there are times you say, oh, let's trace a leak. They will check, they will start pointing so many things. Oh, is this one leaking? This one. Only for you to try to fix it, it will even increase the leakage or the shortage of the gas in the system. Or you may spend so much replacing what is good. That's even the most painful part. You go and start spending thousands, if not close to hundreds of thousands, only for the leakage to continue because they are not able to spot it. Maybe the one replaced might be not leaking that much to cause that shortage of air leak, gas leak. The one that probably is leaking that much is still hidden somewhere. So yeah, that's it. But in this case, let's assume it's still gas that caused this thing to stop working. That sound is no longer, you won't hear the sound anymore since the AC compressor stopped working. You see, that's why I always tell people, get PP2000 or professional scan tool. But what I should have, I've done videos where you see me right in the video. I'll trigger the AC compressor with the engine off. I'll trigger it from my PP2000 or what's the name? This Think Diag, which is also a professional scan tool. I'll trigger the compressor. Like, the reason why I'm bringing this up is your AC person is telling you is a wiring issue. How you know, okay, whether it's wiring issue or not is you get a diagnostic tool like PP2000, Diagbus, Think Diag, and the rest. From there, from the you go to BSI unit, there's an option to actuate the compressor pulley there. Once you do that, though you might be inside the car, but if you have the Bluetooth option, like think dial, you can go to the front of the car and actuate it. You hear the compressor will click. Yeah, the clutch, that magnet or coil will magnet the clutch. You hear it, you do it like 2 times or 3 times, depending on the model of the vehicle. Click, 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 then it stops. Sometimes for us, I think it's like once. Once that does, see, once you trigger it from your scan tool and the compressor grabs, releases, then you have no issue with wiring issue. You have no problem with compressor as any wiring issue that has to do with AC. No, because if there's an issue with your wiring issue, that compressor will not come on. That noise, you won't hear it. Means probably there's a discommunication somewhere or something, or relay is faulty or whatever it is. So I won't have to go and start messing with the system. There are other ways you can do so, but in that case, you now have to probably go under the car. Since it's a 406, it has only 2 wiring connector to the compressor, positive and negative. Doesn't have it's not a pivoted compressor or variable compressor. So in that case, all you need is draw current from probably the battery, positive and negative, go to the connector, those 2 connectors. You see the one that is positive, see the one that is negative. Though it doesn't matter anyway, the polarity can go anyway, but I always like to follow the negative supply to the compressor. We always see that if it's factory, you always see green with yellow stripe or blue with yellow stripe, usually green or blue, trying to remember. Then the other wire, irrespective of the color, whether it's red, brown, then that one is the positive. So once you touch, do the join, you see the compressor, the clutch will go in. That's the coil or magneto will do its work. You hear that click. So if you hear that, the reason why I'm saying to test this thing is that's if you don't have diagnostic tool to check. Reason to do that is to know whether the coil is still okay. To know whether the coil is okay. Alright, so if it's not okay, it will not magnet. The clutch can fail though. The clutch can fail. But at least you should be hearing the noise of the yeah, it will magnet. Even if the coil fails, it will magnet. Only that when you start the engine, it might not spin very well because it has burnt. That from there I will now determine where the problem is. See, the easiest thing, if it's gas, this thing I'm saying is be like I'm not bitter about the bill, but it's the easiest thing to do. Check the pressure, or you can even do it yourself. Go to that place, that valve where you put gas into the system, get something and depress the valve. It's expected that if there is still something inside, it will start forcing itself out. You can tell when the gas comes out or when only air is coming out. Gas, you feel a little bit cold on your hand when it gets to. Now sometimes when you press it, air will burst out first before gas start coming out. Or sometimes if there is no air then. But if it's actually leaking and the pressure of gas has reduced, what will happen is air will come out for the first few seconds, then you start feeling maybe oil on your hand. In that case, maybe it has gotten to where the gas is. Gas has started coming out, or you smell it. Gas has a particular smell. So if it's only air, if gas is there, if you can't tell, then have your AC person do that. I'm surprised they are saying it's electrical. It could be. It still could be, but like I say, it could even be the compressor. Like I say, if that magnet or coil fails, If you like, put all the gas in the world, it will not work. Same thing with the clutch. But the clutch will spin, you know, at least compare. You hear that noise, only that it may not spin, but you hear the magnet, it could click. At least the ones I have experienced. But it's just that most time when the clutch fails, I won't say it will affect the coil, but sometimes you end up changing both. It could be anything, it could be a BSI, it could be a fuse. There's one fuse on the BSI unit that if your compressor, if that fuse cuts, your power will not get to the compressor. Anyway, so the first is very easy to check the pressure of the system, or pressure of gas in the system. That will be able to, it's much easier. So you don't go and mess with your electrical, you know. Then if it's pressure of gas pressure, or if you have a professional scan tool, plug it in, go to your BSI unit section, go to actuator, sec folder, then you see where to test heating and ventilation. Enter that heating and ventilation section, then you see where you can test the compressor pulley or something like that. Then you click it, you hear it. It will activate the coil. It will pull the clutch like 2-3 times or once, depending. Then you leave your electric and focus on other things and do your mechanical check. You know, all these things I'm saying because I don't know that you have it. The scan tool. So that's it. I don't know if I have another thing to add here. But like I mentioned earlier, fan in 406, especially D9, it comes up from 97 degrees Celsius. In fact, to me, it's even as if it's 98, because when it enters 97, it won't spin immediately until it's about to enter 98 or something, then it comes up. But let's just leave it maybe 97 degrees Celsius, not 97 degree F. So the high speed, let's assume AC is not on. The high speed, that's the fan to spin around 90 degrees Celsius, at now 90%. The temperature is supposed to get to like 108 degrees Celsius. Less than that, it stays on low speed. I'm not sure I remembered monitoring it that way, but I know 98 will be low speed. Therefore, if you put out AC, then it doesn't need to wait to exceed 100 degrees Celsius before the high speed or the percentage of the spin of the fan will increase beyond 70 degrees Celsius or around that. Okay, so I think that's all I have. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you have any more questions like this, post it there, I'll make a turn and I'll respond. So see you in the next video.